Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
One word I want to talk. One word I want to talk. One word. In front of everybody, I want to tell two words.
நானும் சொல்கிறேன். உட்காருங்க. அப்புறம் சொல்கிறோம். உட்காருங்க. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai 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 Jai Ram Om. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Where are we now? Pranam, Pranam. Where are we now?
Today 10th chapter Swamiji.
Huh?
10th chapter.
10th chapter. What does the 10th chapter say? Huh?
Cave.
In the cave. In the cave. The moment we hear about this chapter, what comes to our mind? No?
Meditation. Meditation.
Meditation. Then,
Solitude. Solitude.
solitude. Then,
Simple food habit.
simple food habits.
Seeing God everywhere comes in this, no? Hugging the tree. Hugging the seeing God everywhere.
Let them say, Anything else?
Concentration.
Concentration.
Realization.
All these things are right, but some more are there, no?
Everywhere he's seeing Ram.
We don't see Ram. Okay. What is the message? What is the message we get, that is important. We don't see Ram everywhere, we see everybody as others, Let us be practical. What is the message at this level we get from this state? But the other one becomes academic, What is written, the book we are reproducing.
Swamiji, we get what we deserve. Means Papa wanted only that, so he is getting that, Swamiji. Papa wanted only that.
Oneness with God only. Oneness with God.
Huh?
Oneness with God.
Oneness with God.
You see, we are all devotees striving to live up to what has been suggested to us by our masters. So when we go through this particular chapter, we come to realize
undisturbed communion with God is provided through
solitude and
So here what is he points out, and this is the message we get. We may be doing a lot of disciplines, under the banner of spiritual journey. We are checking why it does not leave any deep impact in our mind. This chapter makes us to again go deeper into it. Because so far Papa has given some clues, but here a methodology also he places before us.
Meditate and chant. Papa was earlier telling meditate and chant. For that this meditation helps.
So here he has defined as undisturbed communion. If there is a person, if I have a company, including the Sadhu Ram, there will be a talk. Naturally. And when we start talking, our mind will go to various spheres. So here, Ram wanted him to enjoy that exclusive communion with him. He specifically says, this was the first time he was taken by Ram into solitude for his bhajan. Now he felt, in the childhood days, we were all in village areas, so we will see that somewhere, 4 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, there will be a talkies. So some picture will come, Ramayana, something like that. So we ask father whether we can go for the picture. Father will agree to a date. It will be after 1 month or 3 weeks, but still every day we will be thinking about it, that which we like. Similarly, just like a child, he says, now he felt most blissful sensations since he could there hold undisturbed communion with Ram. So when he suggested to Sadhu Ram that he would like to be in a cave, he was aspiring for it, When will I get it? When will I get it? When will I get it? He was actually rolling in a sea of indescribable happiness. To fix the mind on that fountain of bliss, Ram, means to experience pure joy. Though initially the word meditation comes, Ramdas, at the prompting of Ramdas, desiring to remain solitude for some time, placed the matter before the Sadhu Ram. The Sadhu Ram was ever ready to fulfill his wish. Losing no time, he took Ramdas up the mountain behind the great temple. Climbing high up, he showed him many caves. This one small cave was selected for Ramdas, which he occupied the next day. In this cave, he lived for nearly a month in deep meditation. Now the word meditation, this is another. We have got so many interpretations or so many concepts about meditation. All are right, all are valid. So in order to give us more clarity, he brought the word meditation there. Later on he said undisturbed communion. So in one of his articles he mentions, go deeper into the realm of utter silence and stillness of your higher self or spirit and rise completely above the body. Come out of this state and for you transformed as expression or manifestation of God. Everywhere the light of God will dazzle your eyes. Even in the apparent diversity and activity of nature, you will strangely be conscious of an all-pervading stillness and peace of the eternal, a consciousness which is unshakably permanent. So when he says meditation, we are trying to understand it through our experience.
Can you please explain about the meditation? What is actually meditation?
What is meditation?
That's what we are trying. Stilling the mind, we can say, there are so many interpretations. ultimate is we are trying to go to the core of our being. It can be possible only by stilling the thoughts. Stilling the thoughts can be possible only by concentrating on one thought at the exclusion of all other thoughts. So again we come to the mental chanting stage. Vocal chanting gets transformed into mental chanting, and when we mentally chant, all other outgoing tendencies of the mind will get stopped. We become conscious of our chanting. Then slowly, who is conscious and who is chanting? Everything stops. Again another thought comes, we are pulled back. So by repeatedly trying to still the mind, we have been assured that we will have the first experience of the core of our being, Ram. Ram is there to know Ram, to feel his presence, Ram, to experience the presence of Ram. He suggests this. So he wanted. We are all aspirants. We have prepared ourselves. But essentially, we must take to this inward journey. So far, we have not applied our mind intensely on this inward journey aspect, because it is a tough job, because we have not trained our mind. The moment we close our eyes, so many thoughts rush in. Natural. And we are carried away by those thoughts. So then again we go to Papa mentally, I am unable to control my thoughts. Then he says, hold on to my name. So we chant Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This is also a thought. But when he says consciously when you chant, slowly all other thoughts will not be there. And then a stage comes. You become aware of the chanting. And here Papa immediately says that awareness itself is God realization. Sakshi, the witness consciousness. So here that is why he says, in this cave he lived for nearly a month in deep meditation of Ram. And once during the day when he was lost in the madness of Ram's meditation, he came out of the cave and found a man standing a little away from the mouth of the cave. Unconsciously he ran up to him and locked him up in a fast embrace. This action on the part of Ramdas thoroughly frightened the friend, who thought it was a madman who was behaving in this manner and was so afraid of harm from him. It was true, he was mad. He was mad of Ram, but it was a harmless madness, which fact the visitor realized later. The irresistible attraction felt by him toward this friend was due to the perception of Ram in him. O Ram, thou art come, thou art come. With this thought, Ramdas had run up to him. When somebody said, seeing Ram in everybody, what is that? He gives us a clue. He was not seeing the person as a person. At times he would feel driven to clasp in his arms the very trees and plants growing in the vicinity of the cave. Ram was attracting him from all directions. Oh, the mad and loving attraction of Ram. O Ram, thou art love, light and bliss. Thus passed his days in that cave. Ram was attracting from him from all directions. That means nothing but Ram. So that is why in this he says, go deeper into the realm of utter silence and stillness of your higher self or spirit, and rise completely above the body. Come out of this state, and for you, the world outside will now stand transformed as the very expression or manifestation of God. Everywhere the light of God will dazzle your eyes. Even in the apparent diversity and activity of nature, you will strangely be conscious of an all-pervading stillness and peace of the eternal, a consciousness which is unshakably permanent. So 2-3 messages he gives. One is the absolute necessity to go in for inward journey. In the life of a sadhaka, absolute necessity to go inward. And second thing is, solitude is the best one, where you are alone. This is very important, alone. And of course, diet, ambience plays an important role, solitude plays an important role, plus a simple diet. So if we close the text, these are the 3 messages we get. Whatever may be our outer disciplines, like chanting, like swadhyay, like satsang, like bhajan, the most important one, all these things are preparing our mind to go inward. Because we have to feel his presence first inside. So we are praying now. Everything he is arranging. So we are praying. So far you did not give us the either the technique or the inclination to feel your presence inside. You made us to search for you outside. But now through this chapter you are giving us most important aspect, that inward journey is a must. And for inward journey, a proper ambience, solitude, and uninterrupted communion. That word, suppose we keep on thinking. Yes. What is this? Undisturbed. Uninterrupted, undisturbed, continuous communion with him.
Only the first this life being henceforth entirely consecrated to meditation. It is in accordance with the first O is for meditation only.
Avni, before he went into the cave also he was seeing Ram everywhere, isn't it? So suddenly it changed, is it? How it's explaining it? I didn't understand something. Before going to the cave also he was seeing Ram everywhere.
Why not? Agreed. Why not we try to find out the message for us,
That's okay.
No, our intellect will raise all these questions. But we are trying to find out in our journey what is the message he gives us,
That's okay.
Instead of trying to understand why did he do that, why did he express like that, there must be some reason behind it that we are not we are trying to understand the message. As a devotee, as an aspirant, when I take up this particular 10th chapter, what is the clue he gives? It is very simple and straight, that inward journey is a must. For inward journey, solitude is a must, so that we can have undisturbed communion with him. Nobody else is with us to discuss. Think, you know.
Okay.
So meditation is inward journey. Inward journey is equal to meditation.
Meditation. Both are same.
Swamiji, our normal mind gets disturbed, whether in the cave, some poisons, reptiles and other aspects will be there. How Swamiji would have felt?
We need not bother now about it, no.
No.
Why not let us be in a comfortable place in solitude.
Yes.
Huh? Wherever we are comfortable. Our idea is to go within, you know.
Yes.
That is the message. How to put it in practice.
From the corner of the mind, there is a disturbance that,
No,
feeling
we need not.
the human.
Yeah, naturally. When we are conscious, we cannot go and sit in a place where there are reptiles or something like that. Our mind would be occupied by the reptile only, not about this. So the best way is wherever we are comfortable.
Yes.
First of all, we have to see it varies from person to person. Even in ashram, you know, either you can be in the room or in the Maun Mandir or in any place where you find, you will not commune with him.
Near the tree, I have seen by my own eyes when Sachidananda was there. I have seen reptile going down when that is
Snake.
particular crevices.
We have seen
I have seen so many.
No. Please kindly think about this. What we are now worried is, what we are now trying to understand is the message he gave us.
Yes.
So forget about wherever we are not comfortable, we need not. Papa is not asking us to jump from the top to realize. Papa is placing his experience. We try to understand whatever is possible in our own way. He makes it very clear.
Yes.
So the purpose is, inward journey is a must. Solitude is also a must for inward journey. And it's better so that nobody else is there, you are one with him in any form. And then you try to go inward. You try, you know, even if we fail, doesn't matter. Unless we try, how will we get that methodology? We have to try in everything we have tried and learnt. We try to do chanting of God's name, no?
Yes.
Whether the mind is there or not, whether it is concentrated or not, we start doing it. Now Papa says, along with that, he has mentioned it. Along with chanting, not merely chanting should go along with the attributes. Attributes mean dwelling on it. That means God, thinking of God dimension only. Now in this he says, for the first time, from 1920 onwards, when he has been on this for the first time, this was the first time he was taken by Ram into solitude for his bhajan. And that too for a month, nearly a month. So here he makes it very clear, all that he has scaled, all he has known, that is there. But to us he gives us, in order to really enjoy, to consolidate all our earnings, solitude, inward journey, uninterrupted or undisturbed communion with him is a must. We can call it as meditation also. And the result is that he was blessed with that universal vision. Again, he would have come back to the individual level, but that is there. A consciousness which is unshakably permanent. At the subtle level, that universal vision is always there for him. That is why in some other context he clarifies this. Go deeper into the realm of utter silence. He is trying to make us understand how to go inward. Go deeper into the realm of utter silence and stillness of your higher self or spirit.
Sure, sir.
and rise completely above the body. We cannot rise ourselves from the body. But when we try to experience the stillness or silence, the outcome is we will be raising ourselves from the body level.
There is no body consciousness
At that level.
at that level. Yes.
You can try now, the moment you close your eyes and try to find out the source of the thought, what happens is, that you will know what happens then. Otherwise, body consciousness, we may again form a thought, a concept.
Yes.
So better we try, mental chanting, and then watching the mental chanting, and then finally chanting stops. What happens? Nobody is there to explain. When the thought is not there, how can it express? We have to just be that. And then we come out of it. Come out of this state, and for you, the world outside will now stand transformed as the very expression or manifestation of God. That means more and more clarity will come when he has given us the first tuition that Ram is subtle and mysterious power. Very difficult for the mind to conceive this. So to get a glimpse of that, Ram, oh, that is Ram. The power because of which the eyes are seeing, the ear is hearing, thought, mind is thinking, words are being uttered. What is that power? We cannot explain. That power, we know that it is there. Even that knowing where from it comes, So in quest of God, in-depth study makes us to affirm to us that inward journey is a must, periodical solitude is a must, and a simple living habit is a must. Bluntly, we can say, with comfort zones dominating our mind, it will be difficult to take to inward journey. And the 10th chapter gives the word picture of Papa, Those who have gone to Tiruvannamalai, those who have visited this Almare Guha, where Papa spent this, even today, I don't know now, many years back we went there, it was very difficult even for us to get into it. A small entrance, that's all. And just imagine on those days people were not much. So he also comes out of the cave and then wanders over the hills. He had his own way of communing with God. Communing with God was important. Did he sit or did he stand or did he walk? That is not. Communing with him in an undisturbed way, that is the message. And one more thought he makes us to. From 1920 to 22, he got stabilized in it. But even then he was not prompted to take to solitude. Probably it was not possible also. He was with his family, with his profession, with his professional commitment was there. So many things were disturbing him. So it was not possible for him to take to solitude. And so when he was prompted to take the final plunge with the right background, here Ram felt, oh, now is the time for him to enjoy this. and to give a glimpse of the universal vision. In Quest of God gives us this universal vision, no? Just like in Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the 11th chapter, what is it called? Vishwarupa Darshan. Vishwarupa Darshan. There we academically learn, no? But here Papa's explanation is very simple. When he sees another person or an object, he is not seeing them as a person or an object, but a reflection of Ram only. Glimpse of the universal vision. That is why in the other one he says, come out of this state, and for you the world outside will now stand transformed as the very expression or manifestation of God. Everywhere the light of God will dazzle your eyes. Light of God. Light, love and bliss. That also he makes, somewhere. Thou art love, light and bliss. What could be the light? Even in this. In the second page, O Ram, thou art come. With this thought, Ramdas had run up to him. At times he would feel driven to clasp in his arms the very trees and plants growing in the vicinity of the cave. Ram was attracting him from all directions. Oh, the mad and loving attraction of Ram. O Ram, thou art love, light and bliss. Thus passed his days in that cave. What is that light?
Give us a question.
Kadari cave. He says he explained about the Kadari cave.
That is there. This is not Kadari cave. This is Tiruvannamalai cave.
Chapter number 10.
He has not reached there. After coming back, after finishing this, he went to Kadari cave. So here, one more, if we can apply our mind, we will get more and more. On an Amavasi day, at 12 o'clock, midnight, when there is pitch darkness everywhere, you are alone in a room, but you don't need a light to know that you are sitting there. Is it not? Think about it. The light is within. You need a light to know any other thing. But you don't need a light to know that you are sitting. Is that clear?
Yes, Swamiji.
So that means you don't need any other light to know that you are sitting there. And that light is called consciousness, awareness. So when he says light, love, light and bliss, the Chitta aspect. Even now, that beingness is there, That is the light.
Swamiji, this light we know even when those who are not spiritually awakened, we know that we are there in the dark of the night. We know that we are there. So you mean to say we are all...
Don't think whether they are spiritually know or not. God is there in them, no? Whether we know him or not, whether we recognize him or not, whether we regard him or not, whether we abuse him or not, whether we deny him or not, he is still there, and his presence is always there. But we are not aware even of that. That there is a consciousness of my being. I don't need anybody to tell me that I am there. The amness or the beingness. So when he says, What is that Kathopanishad sloka? In the vision also we brought when the dialogue between Janaka and
Should I bring the vision from
Shuka, then Adi Shankara's Ekasloki. There everything is mentioned. Step by step he will ask. And finally we come to the light. Natatra Suryo Bhadina Chandra Tarakam. Nema Vidyudo. In Kathopanishad, every time when we do this Arati, in many temples they observe this, many, there,
Swamiji, it is the sunlight by the day, moonlight by the night.
Natatra Suryo Bhadina Chandra Tarakam Nema Vidyudo Bandi Kutoyam Agnihi. Tameva bandam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam viva. So that is that light which is beyond all these lights. Even the Shatakodi Surya Prakasham, they say that if the Surya, the light of the sun, when it is added to Shatakodi, 100 crores, what it will be? There is no Shatakodi Suryan. But to make us understand, even this we cannot look at him at 12 o'clock. We can look at him in the morning and evening. He will allow us, but not during 12 o'clock. He is in full form. We cannot. So 100 crores, 100 Shatakoti, 100 crores of Surya put. So Natatra Suryo Bhati Nachandra Tarakam. So he beautifully mentions that this light, so when Papa brings the word light, love and bliss, we should know that the beingness, the awareness, Satchit Ananda, the Chit aspect. So all these will be revealed only in inward journey. So he says, "Oh, the mad and loving attraction of Ram, O Ram, thou art love, light and bliss." Love means absence of otherness. Light means awareness. Bliss means fullness. Papa has also defined what is bliss. Objectless happiness. Normally, happiness depends upon or attached to some objects, some situation, some indulgence, some person. Here, it is objectless happiness. So this particular chapter touches and kindles so many of such profound, subtle ideas in our mind. It is easy to just close, but no. So inward journey, we have to keep on trying. He says, stillness of the mind is essential in order to experience absolute peace and bliss. A wandering mind cannot see God. It must become still. Still the waves of the mind and see the Atman. After attaining the Atman, you see that all this is Brahman. Still the waves of the mind. Mauna helps in calming the mind. When you talk too much, the mind is in a world. External mauna gives you internal mauna or stillness of the mind. Purpose of mauna is this. It is not mere mechanical control of speech. That means externally when we observe silence, there should be a constant effort on our part to take a dip into the silence. What is principally required is the withdrawal of the mind from without to within. No, inward journey. What is inward journey? Is the withdrawal of the mind from without to within, which means that the restless and roaming nature of the mind must be totally arrested by right thought, right contemplation, right meditation. The mind has to settle down, and the uncontrolled dynamics of it must be brought under subjection. These are all the words of Papa, about inward journey. When we recede into the depths of silence within us, we arrive at the true basis of our life. We discover that from this source, all life and manifestation have come forth in their amazing variety and multiplicity. It is at this source that we discover the eternal fountain of peace and joy. Again, here he says, when we recede into the depths of silence within us. Be a witness to all movements. Detach yourself from them and become the observer of them. Then you will realize that you are the eternal witness and the body is not yourself. Identification with the body will go. Witness consciousness will be attained. Mostly you can practice it when you are in meditation. When you are active and moving about, it is difficult to maintain that consciousness. That is why solitude, uninterrupted communion with Him, thinking, dwelling on Him. Many rules have to be observed for control of mind. Observance of silence is one of them. Sit silent, detach yourself from the mind, watch its activities. The watcher is the real you, the self-immortal. You must dive deep and realize the self. We cannot define truth, which is unthinkable, indescribable, undefinable. From the thought plane, cannot realize it. Truth is silence. The best way you can express the truth is by means of silence. There are so many like this. So with the help of Ramnam, at least now we are clear that we should be able to free ourselves from all dissimilar thoughts and to finally leave the Nama also. Because he says mental chanting and then watching, become aware of the chanting. That means we have detached from the chanting stops, we get a glimpse of His presence inside. And then, having got stabilized, when we come out of it, we have been promised, we have been assured by Papa that you will see the light everywhere. Very powerful messages for us from this 10th chapter.
If the conscious is compared to Sadagodi, consciousness is compared to Sadagodi.
Where in another sloga it comes, not here. Shatakodi Surya Prakasham.
Swamiji, we call, during the speech, self-immortal has come. This after immortality is being obtained, shedding of the body. What happens to the self? It is becoming immortal. How is it to be seen or cannot be seen? It cannot be observed. But is it can felt? No. The self within, after the body is dropped off. What is the nature of the situation?
Why not we try and reach that stage?
Yes, sir. After reaching the stage,
Because that which is that which is beyond our purview of thoughts,
yes,
should we struggle ourselves to find out? No. Because it can never be explained,
Yes, it cannot be explained.
So then ours is just to now still trying to still the thoughts and try to have his glimpse and let him take us to the state of immortality or anything like that. Our job is to strive to somehow reach him. He is in the deepest chamber of our heart. So we have to somehow unlock and open. All that we have is the holy and all-powerful Ram Nam. So with the Ram Nam, with the right attitude, what we are chanting, it has not yielded.
That is.
So we have to add or modify our method. We have been chanting for decades now, so many years. But still we did not have a glimpse of his presence. But so we have to now try any other method by which, because now we are very clear, the purpose of chanting is to become aware of his presence. So how do I change? So that is why he is giving us a lot of clues, hints, to make the chanting more and more effective, to drive away all the dissimilar thoughts. Finally, the Nama also stops, and then we get a glimpse of his presence. How to do that, we try now. It is very, 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 very clear. In quest of God, no? In quest of Ram. If we feel we are in quest of Ram, these are the things that you have to do. That's what Papa says. If you are in quest of Ram inside, all these things are to be maintained. So in this particular chapter, he says, inward journey, solitude, simple living habits. That means you are relieved from the comfort zones. And to be in the midst of plants and trees, mountains, rocks, valleys, it helps a lot because it doesn't communicate anything. You have to create, The moment you think about the tree, where from it comes, Papa has composed a beautiful poem. I find him everywhere. There he says, even on a mountain, the hills and dales, he starts like that. So that which is there, giving the authenticity. Bullock cart, car, air, all those things are there. That is, he has also given the material science,
Church, temple, everything.
He has also given the material science, and through that material science, so many discoveries, inventions, innovations have taken place. But ultimately, when we go to the source of an aircraft, of a car, of a chapel, of anything, we finally reach that stage. It has come from the intelligence. So
Someone light by hugging the plant from the cave when he came out of the cave.
So let us all try, Let us all try in our own way, with the help of Ram Nam. Let us be very clear that we want to have a glimpse of his presence. Enough is enough. We have waited long, we have done a lot, but no, it has not yielded. Probably that may be the preparatory stage for us. Now he has made us understood that don't stand on all these trivials. Rise above. Be clear about the goal to be scaled. The goal is the power behind the very talking now. To become aware of the power behind the very words now uttered. To become aware of the power which is behind our hearing. To become aware of the power in the very existence of our being. How do I exist that power? Which cannot be brought within the knowable, so we cannot say this or that, but we are very clear that we should know this because it is the truth. The truth is I am there. Who is there? The notion that I am there. How do I get that notion? Likewise, I go inward, no? Where from the thought comes. So this was the toughest path Papa chose. And he has placed it before us. That is why the other day we read, even before the advent of his this yatra, he has become civilized in remembering him through chanting and ceaseless chanting coupled with dwelling on the attributes of God. That he is the power behind it, behind everything. So now it zeroes to this. We cannot search anymore outside. This particular 10th stanza gives us this clarion call. Enough is enough, now try to go within, try to go within, try to go within.
Swamiji, it is also important to have darshan of realized saints like Ramana. After Papa had darshan of Ramana, he felt an inexpressible joy, which he says. And then he started, this cave experience started. So he was, of course, he was fortunate to have darshan of Ramana.
You are right, but that is our inference, our inference. He chose. He did not make any mention about it. So we can say that was the, kindling point. But he did not say that in the 10th chapter. Because when we go through many of his writings, we have specifically mentioned that what is important is the Guru within.
Yes. Yes.
Bluntly, he said no outer factor. In one of his quotations, the other day we were reading from glimpses in Allah, hints, a day will come when you will have to leave everything and go to him in the spiritual nakedness of the soul.
Yeah.
Shedding all make-believe customs, traditions, all those things. We remove everything and go to him. Puja Swamiji used to say that back home. What is it?
Real home.
My real home, from where I started.
Return home.
Return home, she said.
All these things we remember, but we are trying to get clarity on the home, So it is very, very clear. Let us not bring any other factor now. Only this. The sense of individuality which has been given to me by you should realize the presence of you. The sense of individuality given by you. That means because of you only the sense of individuality exists. But the sense of individuality is not aware of your presence. Now we are praying. The sense of individuality is praying, why don't you please make me aware of your presence? Because you are there, I am there. I know that much. But why don't you make me feel your presence? This is the for which I need no other thing, no external factor, excepting my hold on your remembrance, which can be had through chanting his name. In order to tie my mind to a particular line, I need the help of your remembrance through chanting. So you make me to have an effective chanting. I am also chanting now. 20, 30, 40, 50 years or 60 years we might have been chanting. Still we did not have the glimpse of your presence. We were still looking out for you in others. But we have not reached anywhere. So now we want to feel your presence. Please enable us. Please facilitate us. Enough is enough. Days are flying. This restlessness should come. This 10th chapter gives us this restlessness. No more can we wait. All are in that mood.
We are in the cave along with Papa.
In some form. We cannot wait any longer. That should be there. No? Now and here, we pray, we add over these words. But we don't really mean it, na? That is the problem with us. We don't really mean, because it is composed by somebody else. In the prayer for world peace, which every day we religiously repeat in the Bhajan hall, adorable presence within, no? He gives us clarity every day. Thou who art within and without, above and below and all around, thou who art interpenetrating the very cells of our being, he made us to become aware that the body is full of cells, interpenetrating the very cells of our being. Thou who art the eye of our eyes, meaning that which is seeing through the eyes. Ear of our ears, heart of our hearts, mind of our minds, breath of our breaths, life of our lives, and the soul of our souls. The blessed dear God, to be aware of thy presence now and here. Every day we religiously repeat, now and here. So today we are consciously repeating. It is not a mechanical repetition. So we are seeking, I want it now and here.
Consciously.
10th chapter touches and kindles this aspect in us.
Yes.
But is he not hearing it only daily? We are telling him. He is not hearing it. No one here, no one here. Daily we are requesting him.
We are not requesting. If we are knowingly we have to pray, na?
That's the difference of you, yes.
Do we mean now and here we just say and go? Do we mean now and here? He has not given. Now and here, what should I do? Have we asked him? And the next line, this is all that we ask of thee. Every day, Mataji wanted at least on one day you will realize, no?
We are speaking the brunt truth, nothing else, by prayer.
We made it also somebody.
Think about it. Why for years, for decades I have been chanting. Why it is not? I don't mean it. When I say this, I don't mean it. But I should mean. Then only how will it become a reality now and here? No. I will devise ways and means of approaching him. Think about all those things, and today's chapter is a very, 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 very thought-provoking chapter. Tomorrow is Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, let us all, with this background, pray to him again and again and again. You have given me a sense of individuality. You made me to identify myself as a family person, as a professional being, as a social being. You provided everything for me to live as an individual. And you also chose to inform or make me aware that I am not this bundle of flesh, bones, blood, skin, nor a creature living and acting solely under the impulses and thoughts rising from the mind. You made us realize we are not merely that. And you are there. And because of you, all the activities are going on in my body and outside. But I am not aware of your presence. You have started kindling, Whenever I lose the enthusiasm or tempo, you again come through different chapters and different words of wisdom to touch and kindle and make me aware, awaken me. Enough is enough, come on, get up. But still, I have not realized your presence. I must feel your presence. Please help me. Who else can help us excepting you? You have helped so many aspirants, bhaktas. I would not have fulfilled those conditions, enabled me to fulfill those conditions, and somehow make me aware. This is all that we ask of thee. Is this clear to everybody?
Yes, Swami, yes.
Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
हरिओम स्वामी प्रणाम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम प्रणाम 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 नमस्कारम नमस्कारम नमस्कारम
नमस्कार स्वामीजी।
नमस्कारम
नमस्ते स्वामीजी।
नमस्ते